2025 is a very exciting year for Souls fans due to the amount of interesting-looking Souls games coming out in it, and there are many good-looking Souls games coming beyond just 2025 as well, which I will highlight in this list. Feel free to use the timestamps in the description too. Skip ahead if you only want to see the best of the best. The first entry on this list is The Lies of P DLC, which is one of my most hyped Souls-likes coming out soon, disputed being a DLC due to the quality of the base game, which is easily in my top 5 Souls games if not top 3, but it is at the bottom of this list due to it only being a DLC. Rubinite is an indie top-down pixel art Souls-like that had a really fun demo and good trailer putting it on this list, but it is unfortunately just a boss rush which may appeal to some people, but not me, which definitely puts it further down on this list than it would otherwise be. Fountains is another top-down pixel art Souls-like that had a fun demo that got me excited for the game's release, but this one is higher due to it not being a boss rush, making more for me. And it reminds me of Hyper Light Drifter a bit, which is one of my favorite indie games. V.A Proxy is a 3D Souls-like indie game where you can parry a nuke, and it has had multiple fun demos as well as the other indie games on this list, and demos always help show confidence in your game being good as well as giving people a change with them before spending money. Mistfall Hunter is taking one of the biggest risks on this list, being that it is trying to combine the Souls-like, looter shooter, and extraction shooter genres together without the shooting. This could release as a really unique game that will inspire many others, or a poorly though game with good ideas that aren't well realized. We shall see when it comes out. Blight Survival is a co-op survival horror Souls game that is set in a more realistic than usual for this genre medieval Europe, with really good-looking graphics and gameplay, as well as some of the most promising ideas on this list. Heal is Us is a very interesting looking roguelike Souls-like which is a combination of genres that has a lot of potential, and this game looks like it could realize a lot of that potential. Vindictus Defying Fate is a Souls-like spin-off of the massively multiplayer online game Vindictus. The gameplay and all of the trailers have looked good, and we know that this studio can make good games from their past success from the original Vindictus. Ballad of Antara is one of the best-looking Souls-likes when it comes to art design and animations, and the gameplay looks pretty good as well. And fortunately, it is also free, but it is possible that they will keep the microtransactions to cosmetics only. Wuchang Fallen Feathers is an open-world Souls-like, set in China during the Ming Dynasty, and it is also one of the few games on this list actually being marketed as a Souls-like game by their developers. Promising open-world Souls-like made after Elden Ring's success, and this one is also set in ancient China like some of the previous games featuring characters and monsters from the country's mythology at the time. Phantom Blade Zero had some of the best looking gameplay in its trailers that I have ever seen, which is why this game is so high on this list, but nobody's got to play it yet, which is the reason a couple of games above this are higher on this list. The first Berserker Kazan is one of the most exciting Souls-likes coming out right now due to its very well-received limited-time beta, which let people get a feel for the gameplay and talk about how it was fun to play and how good the rest of the promotional material is. Crimson Desert is a spin-off of Black Desert and an Souls-like open-world game like Elden Ring. All of the trailers released so far have shown a lot of gameplay and looked really fun. I am really hoping that playing the game when it comes out will be as fun as the gameplay in the promotional material made it look.
For those who have survived, and for those who will live on.
The Souls-like that I am most hyped for has to be Elden Ring Nitrain, which is the next game from FromSoft, who of course made the original Elden Ring as well as Dark Souls, which started the sub-genre of Souls-likes, and they are yet to miss on any of their games, so despite this one being something very new from them being a co-op roguelike, and combining Elden Ring's combat with Bloodborne and Sekiro combat, I am still hopeful that they would not miss yet, and I am even glad that they are not just resting on their old formulas that they know work. And Silksong is one of the games that I am most hyped for coming out hopefully soon, but it is not fully on the list due to how I do not know if I would consider it a Souls-like or not. The reason I am putting it as a bonus is because I know that a lot of other people do say that it and Hollow Knight are Souls-likes. So I felt I should mention it, and if it were on the list I would probably put it as around second or third.